Okay, so last time I resolved to do something that is sort of very minimalistic and patient, but people keep yelling at me to buy packs. I'm going to wait till I get 400 gems and keep them in reserve in my back pocket so that I could get something like this, or 4 to 500, whatever, right? So, or no, it's only 5 when it's like the last second. So I will be allowed to get event cards this way because this is like you're buying it outright, even though it goes against the whole randomized Nuzlocke spirit of what this is supposed to be. Like, whatever you get is supposed to be meaningful because you're getting it at random and organically. Like, when we get the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, that's such a big deal because we couldn't have gotten it any other way. But we will be allowed to do this, and what I'll do is I'll have a bias towards two things. I'll have a bias towards getting a zombie card because we sort of don't have as many of those. Like, we don't have a zombie legendary. We have 3 plant legendaries. So we'll try to make it up to them that way. Not that it was my choice to have that, but I do love Green Shadow. But second of all, we'll be biased towards a high cost card. So I want something like that 11 cost Bell or something crazy like that, which I think is an event card. So it wouldn't be anything like... It wouldn't be anything like this. Even if people say, oh, it's one of the best cards in the game, I don't care. And I certainly won't be able to get all 4 of them. But I'll save up for Mayflower pack. I'll save up 400 before I buy anything else. Just so that we always have that. So like if I get to 500, then I'll buy a 100 pack and stay at 400. I'll pretend like that's 0. That's that was my thing I uploaded to YouTube the last episode, but I used the title just a plan in hand is better than 6 in a pack, because you know for sure that that's going to be good, whatever it is. And I almost didn't want to do it that way, but let's get the 100 gem quest, which sometimes it doesn't give us, which I don't really get. Those ones I can't really do. With a hardy zombie hero, play 3 nuts, play 2 gravestone zombies. I would want to re-roll them just because it might give me the one that gives me 100, or it might give that after the fact. That is weird, isn't it? Isn't it supposed to do that? Or I guess it might be like exactly on a week timer where if I'm playing like a little bit earlier than I normally do. So that kind of confirms that we didn't get anything new though either. Mayflower. Yeah, this is starting to become more just like a regular series where it doesn't have to be like a permanent thing. It's just like I'll still do that as a finale, but I'm not like in a rush to do it like I was before, because I am doing that tomorrow now. Every Saturday I do that. It doesn't work as well with card games unless you were to go in at the beginning and just do it like that, period. Like, we get 1 life as Green Shadow, and if we lose, it's over. 3+ legendaries. See, at least for these, they should let you buy them with, or isn't this the same thing? Premium pack, premium multi-pack. They should let you buy these all with, what is the difference? With gems, even if it's a ridiculous amount by comparison. Hey Lemon, how's it going? Open pack. I'm actually going to resist the urge and the temptation because I was just saying, like, I want to save 400 to have in my back pocket. Let's see if we can finally get Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. In 3 weeks, I haven't gotten to be able to play him once in a ranked game, only against friend duels. But no, I'll make sure I always have 400 so I can get the event card if I want anytime. Like whether it be next week or somewhere in the future. I'll even keep him too, since I'm even complaining about it. We'll just keep that. I'll pretend like 400 is the new 0. I want Green Shadow to really shine again. He hasn't really been so hot lately. Or that's like when people told me to save 10 of them. Save to buy 10 so you get an extra one, but that's kind of so boring to do because you always want to have these incremental improvements to your collection. It is better to do it that way, but it's just, you'd be really running on empty for a long time. He's rank 15. I forget what rank I even am. I'm like 11 or 12. Even if I get to 15-ish, that would be good enough because that's normally what I get to. 15 to 20. You could be the best player in the goddamn world, but you'll still never open 11 until you have a pretty good... Yeah, it would just take way too long to get there. 4-3. Okay, that's not too crazy. We could buff this up, but it still wouldn't survive no matter what you do. In fact, this would be kind of worth it. That guy doesn't have any other special effect. This is one of my favorite cards. The, not fertilized, the pea pod itself. It's the perfect ramp sort of thing. Okay, dude. That still won't even matter, though, because you'll still... Oh, shit. I mean, you'll still trade in, but it's not that big of a deal. This guy just, like, hasn't done anything yet, which means he's probably using a good deck, and he's holding all his good stuff back. Deal 1 to all plants and zombies, which is itself... That is quite the nice play. You'd bounce it back, make him do it all over again. This I really hate to waste, but I guess I'll do it just for the sake of it. I hate those turns just playing absolutely nothing. Yeah, let's at least get a nice showing for the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. I was so excited when I got it, and I was like, oh, next episode we'll surely play it, but I just never got the chance. Either I would lose or I would win without using it or getting it. And I got that other legendary too, like the 3-2. Kind of forgotten about the 1-3 dragon thing that copies itself. I don't know any of these names, or I don't really care, but basically you don't want to do the 3-peater or he'll destroy it with a little bowling ball. Brainstorm is the hero that basically is mostly going to play tricks. In other words, the one that I would hate the most then. Or that should be Rose though too, because she's just kind of weird like that. Conjure a superpower. Okay. Yeah, because we don't get enough of those from the block meter already. Just go on like a 15-game win streak like you did before, Green Shadow. I don't think it was quite that long, but nothing's going to count for the trigger there. Basically, what you want for this is the 1-cost hero card that buffs it for cheap, because otherwise it's way too difficult to do this. You could just trade in there. But actually, maybe it'll have a chance to do this one, and then it's okay. Or no, I always think that's random for some reason. We're in a reasonable spot, but he is going to have a lot of answers here. Dark Matter Dragon can prevent tricks. Yeah, that's my favorite thing about it, actually. I was just so excited because I finally have a high-cost card, so whatever event card I do get has got to be, like, super high cost. Like 11 or something crazy. I just, some reason, never get to the point where... Okay, that is a really good card, too. That I was using incorrectly in that event duel or whatever. Repeat Moss. I don't really have enough of these to really do anything, though. His top tier. Let's return it to his hand so he can do it all over again. Well, on your hand, it costs 1 less when you play a trick. When played, it does a bonus attack. I mean, honestly, in a way, if you didn't have a way to get rid of it, it seems stupid, but it's going to cost 10. It's going to take him a while to get it back to that point. That might still be okay to do this. I can't think of another way to really deal with that. You could, like, do this. And then do that. It seems dumb, but... Let him have his little bonus attack, because he's going to have to start from square one. Right, with the amount of mana he has to pay for it. Obviously, that's like just a worst case scenario play. You don't really want to do it. For now, he's going to make it super cheap. And probably just be able to kill me with it. In before I play this in the water, just to show off that point. Okay, but now you would still be able to... You would still be able to do this, so it is going to save me then. Dummy tricks cost 6 more, which is obviously awesome. Lotheb style stuff. Lane 2. But no, I am the type of guy to play it in the water in a more general sense. Just because it'll be safer there and harder to get rid of. But he gets a very good value there. Saves my life, but I'll probably still lose the way this is looking. Oh my... Okay, look, dude, look. What do you want me to do with this guy? It makes me seem like I have a busted deck just because I have legendary, so I can't complain anymore, but his is at least a little bit more cohesive, I guess. Maybe not great. Yeah, not only legendaries, but like 2 of the same legendary. But at least we got to see him, even though I still lost that. What's the deal with the 100 gem quest, though? Feels like every other week I get it, so the timer must be such that I just always miss it. Alright, so we're done with him. Let's do... Give Solar Flare a chance to shine. Not really many changes I can make to it, but basically by... No, I'm not going to do a pack. I said that. I'm going to save up till 400, and then I'll buy a pack with the excess if I get to 500. Because I want to always be able to have enough to buy... I want to always have enough to buy the event card next time around. So if we get, like, Bad Moon Rising or whatever, some crazy thing... I should have probably done that from the beginning. Keep that as a cushion so you're guaranteed to get it whenever you want, at least one time. So I'll be very picky about which one I actually get, though. It's only fair that I should be able to do that. like just get event cards in general. I guess I still hadn't decided whether I should be allowed to do that or not. I think 500 gems for one card is the worst. But how else can I get it though? I don't think there's any other way. Or isn't it 400 normally? It's only 500 if you do it like at the last second. Or yeah, like what is even this week's card? Because I can't farm out the tokens because I don't play enough, or the tickets. I guess you theoretically could do it because it gives you a certain amount for like just playing games. It'll give you like 15 or something. But this week's card is basically trash. Yeah, so I'll save it, but a nice little security blanket to have, I guess. The trauma of missing out on Bad Moon Rising. Like, people even told me it was there, but I guess I underestimated how hard it would be to get, you know, basically to farm for it. Let's ignore him for now, but I kind of don't like this play. We can do basically the 3 and 2 next turn. I don't like these ones that have like no hard removal at all though. Like this is one of the best removal cards you're gonna get, because so many of the other ones, like, oh, for 4 mana deal like 4 damage or something stupid. You gotta have like that other cake that deals like 7, but it's still not as good because it's not a guaranteed amount. Yeah, for most of them, people always say, oh, it's one of the best cards in the game. So we go here, we can kill one of these at least. Let's actually kill the amphibious. That's like the whole meme of it. Every event card is one of the best cards in the game. Wash is also basically trash. Berry Blast is a much better option. Well, maybe for these, but I mean in general, like, as far as like hard removal. Like some of these classes I have don't have a single card like that. They're all just like, you know, do a certain amount of damage. But if you're going up against like a 10-10, you're never going to be able to kill it. You do that. Guy's deck doesn't seem particularly great. He's burning out of cards. Okay, that's fine. Getting a little bit low. Oh yeah, speaking of the other legendary that has gotten far less value. There's no 10-10 in the whole game, or whatever. Something like very well statted. How can there not be a 10-10? Or it must be with some buffs and other considerations. Yeah, what is the highest statted base thing then? 4-1. So the 4-1 I could deal with this pretty easily. And then I could just do... I'm kind of low enough on health where I am actually pretty worried about this. I'll just do that. That might not be the greatest play, but we should be fine after this. That's fine. This will trade in okay, and as long as we get this little Dino Roar thing, we'll be in great shape too. So anything he summons now, we have 3 pretty reasonable removal cards. 4. The problem is I just don't have any minions to actually summon. This might be the best dinosaur value we've gotten so far. Okay, that could have been potentially very dangerous. So let's just do that. The problem is it's hard for me to get any damage off too. I find that pretty hard to believe because there are cards that cost like 9 and 10. But I guess most of the high cost cards have like really good effects, like the zucchini and stuff. Okay, dude. He could have probably comboed that a little better if he just played them like together somehow. But then that might have... No, that would have still split the damage. I don't know. I'm probably still going to lose somehow. Landscape +2 might be worth it to do there. I'm just hoping I get something else, period, to play. So now anything he does is going to kill me. I guess I could just do that. Heal your hero for 2. Certainly do that. Let's actually protect the guy, too. Give him attack, and then still do that. Yeah, see, this is how a matchup at this level should go. Bronze 8. That was his last hope, but it's still going to take me like an hour to finish him off. Like anti-hero solar flare deck that I've been sort of forced to use, even though I'm not a big fan of the anti-hero mechanic. You play something, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'll even do it. Waste the squash on its dumb chicken because It's unlikely he's going to summon too many big things, but then I could be made to... Oh, it's over anyway. See, the block meter always obscures my belief that I ever have lethal. I just become... Yeah, see, 150. But how many would you actually get from... I don't think it would ever be enough from that, though, just in the short amount of time I play. Yeah, let's look, like, what is the best statted thing in the game? That's a good question now. If you just look at the high cost stuff, you have a 5-10. They kind of go for more just interesting effects. 6-6. 3-3. Look how pathetic that is, though. 6 mana 5-5 is the best in that whole thing. 9 mana 7-7, but with a good effect. 10 mana 6. That is kind of weird in a way. There should just be like one, yeah, 9 mana 9-9. That could be close enough. And it destroys everything, which is kind of insane value compared to some of these. Like, they all have good effects, but that one just has good stats too on top of it. Like, is this an event card? I could get it that way. It's not. We don't have a single zombie legendary, so we kind of owe it back to them somehow. So we get a high cost event card. Like, is this an event card? It's not. Make 3 Gargantuars in random lanes. It's not even really that good for the efficiency of it. Like, I mean, it is, but I don't know. It doesn't like blow me away the way that just transforming like 1/1s into a Gargantuar seems to be far better value. 5-9, 8 mana 6-6. So yeah, not only is there not a 10-10, there's like barely anything above 7 or 8. Okay, so that was good. Solar Flare. Getting to rank 15 would be good. But yeah, see, it's so tempting to just try to buy packs, but I still won't do it. So between this episode and next episode, I should get to the 400 mark. And then I can decide whenever I feel like. This is an unfair matchup. Like when we fight somebody rank 30. 3, 3, 3. Like, I don't really want all of these. In fact, that tends to not be useful for the long run. This could be good if you get it early. But yeah, the fact that this game lets you go over 10 sun is interesting too. Just like the fact that there is an 11 cost card like that. Otherwise, that'd be impossible to play, or you need some specific buff just to do it. Somehow I feel like this won't trade in here. Oh shit. A good guess, but gonna lose to a rank 3 clown. This doesn't affect their side at all. It's just on your title for the PvZ1 stuff. Can't the zombies reproduce? I wouldn't think so. Not when they're zombies, at least. That's always, unless they keep taking over. Want free Robux. Get your free Robux. You can kind of starve them out. Just like dig a big hole and put them all in there. Okay, we can just use the removal on there, so let's just wait and ignore it. Free Robux, hooray. That was one of my random Saturday episodes too, playing Roblox for the first time. And then I end up playing chess within Roblox. Like, I'm not addicted to chess, and then I go to play that, or what was the other game? Like Nintendo. I'm playing my Nintendo Switch stream for the first time, and I'm doing Clubhouse 51. Neverwinter Nights. Chess is mid. Chess is too simple. You got to play Polytopia like Elon Musk said. Destroy a random plant. Like, even that has its limits as removal, but it is pretty good. Just like, at least out of the removal cards I have, that's the only one that's really like that. I don't really have anything to play, period. So you should go like maybe this and this. And the Haunting Ghost isn't going to matter too much anyway. I wish this did have like some kind of draft mode. I think it would work pretty well. Just like you go in and you pick, you know, whatever, a bunch of randomly selected cards, and then you see how many games you can win with it. Try to go like 7-2, like play until you lose 3. Because there's nothing in this game like, I guess I could do it. There's nothing in this game like evolutions and Pokemon or something that would prevent that. Like, sure, you won't get the perfect synergies with your decks, but nobody else will either. He's playing based Boogaloo. Look at his hand, though, man. This infinite value. And look how he's playing into the center so much, even though I'd be encouraged to do that anyway. Amphibious Hunt. But yeah, isn't this the best possible thing? Just because you're going to get double the effect from that, if I'm not mistaken. Team up. But yeah, what if they could potentially go in the same row as each other, right? So you could have gotten them both there, for example. Conjured by unexpected gifts. May as well put it in amphibious, actually. Hunt. Yes, even when we don't have event cards, we can still play them. When a zombie is played, this plant moves there. So that's not too bad. Or he obviously just overrode my goddamn environment. The one time in my whole life that I played an environment, you can't even get it to last for the whole game. Conjure flower gets strike through, so it could just be any flower though, period. Do 1 damage to each plant here. Pretty hard to do anything about it because I don't even think I have another environment at all. Not just in this deck, but probably in my whole collection. I forget. That's pretty good for him, I guess. You won't be able to do anything about the 3-4, or you could just use it with the team up. Yeah, I guess there's no reason not to do that. We could do this to get rid of the little amphibious guy. Yeah, that was at least a pretty good team-up value that we got 2 of them for the price of 1. The 2-1-1 backup dancer is fine. Yeah, the environments are sort of a very insular mechanic that way, which is like that in a lot of card games, but I guess it's not. The stadiums often don't affect the playing field. They're more like just overall passive effects. Like, what if you put 4 of them? You have 4 of these, and I don't have an answer for them, so you're just screwed. But that would be even worse with the one that makes the plants immune, right? All the plants get perfect AoE, played right into it. All the plants can't be killed, right? So you have that in every row, and then you're just screwed. Wait, what happened? Whatever. Just put this, or... Actually, I should probably do this just to conjure something. Okay, the 1-1 is no threat. That's going to be trash, too. I feel like the amphibious will somehow be more dangerous here. What does it normally do? Nothing. I mean, to be fair, that's pretty unlucky of all the things you could have possibly gotten. Now, why wouldn't he summon stuff more in the center if, you know, if he knows I'm hesitant to do that? He's gonna win just because he has way too much shit still left over. You just can win by attrition against some of these decks because they're so... Unless you go full aggro, I just don't have enough stuff. Or that was probably... I guess you could have put that there instead. I still don't even really want to do. Destroy damage plant, fine. Doesn't his username just sound like a bot though? SSKSJSIS. I'm just amazed by the sheer number of people who play this on such a good queue time. It could just be that the whole world is like one server, like they don't split it based on regions and stuff. It's kind of a good idea to do. But yeah, this is the event card, which is supposedly not that good. Amphibious, when played, another zombie gets +2/+2. When hurt, bounce it. It could be okay, I guess, but maybe situational. He's almost dead, but it's not going to really matter. You should definitely squash this, or he's going to have some sort of stupid immunity. Gargantua destroys a plant. Conjure a gourmet card. You might have had some kind of lethal, too, if you would just, like, put this there and put that there. But again, with the whole block shenanigans, I don't really trust it. Now he's going to somehow drag it out and still win. Or this is where even having a 1-1 sort of hurts you because it's going to keep giving him the block charges. Deal 3. Yeah, event cards can definitely be annoying, and it makes it even worse in the context of, you know, if I couldn't craft them, then I would have no other way to get them, so I guess it's a good decision. Yeah, how would I ever get 4 of them now? I'd have to spend 1,600 gems just to get a full set of 4 of the same one. So I'm not going to worry about that part. Even if I got 1 Bad Moon Rising, I would have been happy. Now he's coming out with all his aces. This is in your hand. He gets +2 when a zombie is destroyed. So it's going to be just useless then otherwise. I guess I could just ignore it and go. Like, why do I feel like he's going to still do something now? But he has 0 mana, so... He has 0 brains. I'm calling him an idiot. Okay, we should have it, but that was pretty scary. This is one of the rare times where we see something just with like a baseline 0 attack that isn't like a sunflower or something. That was almost surprising. I didn't think I would win that. Yeah, so you could farm it out that way if you were really so inclined to, you know, try to get the event card through the tickets, but I won't rely on that at least. That would just be a bonus. So, Solar Flare is doing okay, fighting for her life. Giving me Robux. Rank 38, rank 45. Let's see if anybody's rank 50. But yeah, this is one of those games that sort of annoyingly resets in the middle of the... month, right? Which always confuses me. So Solar Flare gonna go on some kind of legendary streak. There's nothing new or different about the deck whatsoever. He's just trying to usurp Green Shadow. Let's just at least get to rank 15. In fact, this might be the exact week that it does reset. Somehow just deal 1 to each zombie. I don't even like that one, but this tends to not be good in the early game either, but then again, I don't want to wait till turn 3 to do this, though. Fuck. There's no good early game plays here. Sometimes I would do that even in Hearthstone, and people would always question it. Like, why are you keeping the 3 cost in something? Because with that, at least your decks might be so high cost that you assume, like, oh, whatever I get instead might be higher, so it's going to be even worse. But... or even in Magic, I was doing that. But here, you don't have to do that because you know that your highest cost card is going to be like 5 anyway. Zombies cost 1 less. Okay, fine. -2. Not going to be enough to kill it. Kind of the worst time for this to happen where our hand is sort of dried out. So this would be a good, favorable trade position. Hey Elaine, how's it going? We put this down. Hopefully he doesn't summon too much stuff in the meantime. Been really extolling the virtues of the squash. Nice to have some actual proper removal for once, which on some of these I'm always lamenting that. But then again, it's not like there are crazy high cost stuff that we're seeing every game either. They'll just be like that one turn where predictably you have to get rid of something big that you know they're going to have. So I can almost bait it out with like my pumpkin. I bait out your squash with my pumpkin or whatever remover you're going to have, like the Locust Swarm. And then I can do my Dark Matter Dragon Fruit that you wouldn't expect me to have as a free-to-play, relatively new player who can't even craft. Good, I just started to play this game again after a few years, so I'm just looking for content for it. Yeah, it is pretty fun. Unfortunately, I don't think it's really been updated much since then, though, right? I don't know when exactly they stopped doing that. Would have been nice to see it have, you know, like a lot of these other games, just constant expansions and stuff. Not that I would know the difference because I just started playing like a few months ago, but it does make me wonder, like with how passionate some people are about the game, they probably tried everything there is to do with it. When was the last update? I don't actually know, but it does seem like maybe a couple years ago that they added new cards, just from what I hear. I can't do anything about this amphibious. I will just have to use removal on it. Or wait, did I just like skip my turn? I'm not even paying attention. What was that mushroom card? I've never seen it before. Mushroom. Okay, we have to do this. Oh, this is like an environment where you get to You play something on it, it summons like a little 1/1. Zombie gets -2/-2. That still won't save mine though. Or actually, the smash has been doing pretty good for me too. At first, I was kind of clowning him because he had, even among what low-cost stuff I have, he was even worse for that. He is the coveted rank 15. To be the man, you got to beat the man. That is the best goal we've had so far. I don't think I've gotten much farther than that, which is understandable, I guess, given the circumstance, but you can use this removal. I kind of want to do this, but it almost doesn't work, or that's always an epic combo. Like, oh, you can't even put it on the slant. I always forget that. Let's just ignore it, actually. We'll go there, and then we'll do this guy. It's arguably not that dangerous because now he has so little in his hand, he may as well just play it all together. He doesn't even need that guy. Zombies get +2. Environments, I don't remember those existing. Oh, maybe that was some more recent update then. This game doesn't get updates anymore. But at least it's still playable, though. That's the scary part. What if they take it down one day? That's almost part of the reason why I was playing it. Season 61 was the last update. But I normally play stuff like this, like, oh, I feel like it's going to go offline, so then I do it. But thankfully, it might not be for a long time. That's kind of the double-edged sword of multiplayer games, is that, you know, there's always that sense of a shelf life. So if you never got around to playing it, and people would say, oh, well, then why don't you just play it? But, like, there's a million, you know, different games out there like that. So how am I supposed to play all of them within, like, a fixed window of time? So here you can do this, and then you'll summon the 1/1. That's always a good combo, if I can even call it that. And it won't matter, or it will matter, because it can summon. The fact that it has team up makes it so flexible, but I was hoping that it would do that. We'll still be immune from that because everybody's favorite mechanic, the block meter. That's sad. The game is so fun. That actually kind of helped me. Okay, we burned his hand out, which means we're going to win. Oh, look at Solar Flare go today. I basically just play these until I lose, so she hasn't lost yet. And Green Shadow kind of let me down. Let's see if she's going to beat the Straight to Infinity set a couple episodes ago. There's a reason this game doesn't get updates. That you don't need to do. Almost every PvZ game is better. What does that mean? Like, but there's only one PvZ card game, so it's different. But I guess yeah, like Garden Warfare is so successful, so somehow they'll focus their attention on that instead. Was kind of mid. Battle for Neighborville. Yeah, I never played that one. I just played Garden Warfare. Okay, we can use the squash in there. I don't really feel like I need to, though, somehow. Just do that. This will be good just to conjure something. This will be good to summon something else. I always find myself in this situation where, like, I'm somehow outlasting my opponent, but then I outlast them, but I'm always lower on health, so it takes me forever to catch up in that regard. When played on the ground, make hot lava here. I don't know what that really means. But whatever, we won't get to see the cool effect. We'll just play it just to play it. It's mid, but the story mode is actually decent. Only PvZ game worse than PvZ Heroes is PvZ 3 for a soft launch. What, you actually got to play it? Yeah, I saw that they were doing it in certain countries, but the story mode was great. The problem was that most PCs can't run it, really? PC is just dead. Maybe poorly optimized or something? Okay, so he's down to 6. You almost shouldn't let this guy stick around, but it's actually okay. We're in a pretty dominating position here. So clearly, I couldn't be made to eat my words like that. This is always the most fun part of a game. Like, you've won on the board, now they don't have some crazy kind of value. That's what happens with power creep in a lot of these games over time, is like, they'll always have an answer and cycling and card draw and generation and stuff. It's sometimes refreshing just to see, like, you've played everything you can, and now it's going to just come down to whatever you top deck and stuff. Top decking is fun, says somebody who loves card games, but it sometimes represents the right style of play. Just that your decks aren't like too busted and stuff. The fact that it absorbs both of those together is what's so annoying. Like, it should have been... you know, that should have popped the bubble, and then that should have killed him. You have plenty of options still of what to do. There's no reason why you should die here. Nintendo Switch was a bad business decision because the game was already dead after a week launch, but you still bought it. Okay, we can do this with our lovely 11 mana pool, which is almost an incoherent thing that you would never think of. I didn't really need to do it, so we didn't get to see that cool lava effect there. I've never seen that plan before, which probably means it just sucks. Okay, rank 14. Solar Flare is just going to carry me all day. I have to wait 3 hours to get that 100 gem quest is probably what you're telling me. So I won't be able to buy a pack this time, and I won't be able to buy a pack probably next time either, because, you know, it'll still take that to save it up. A decent curve hand. That card is controversial on how good it is. 2-on-1s or this. I kind of like this at the beginning. He was kind of mad that I was neglecting her for 3 green shadow so much. I always have a temptation to call him 3 shadow because you're always doing the 3-peaters with him. I think it's all right. Who needs an environment when you can just make lava with her directly? Okay, this we're not going to do yet. I'm not really going to be able to do much of anything yet. Okay. No point wasting the Berry Blast. Berry Blast is S tier, probably because there's nothing else really like it. Solar Flare and Walnut are probably one of my favorite characters. I like the Sun class a lot. Yeah, everybody seemed to love Solar Flare at the beginning. Just when they're telling me who to take and stuff. Green Shadow has definitely grown on me. Not that I have a lot of choices. I only have the 6. That's what I'm almost more disappointed by. I've gotten a decent amount of legendaries, but I haven't gotten any heroes so far. It'll be such a big deal when I do get one because, you know, that's the only new one I'm going to have for a super long time probably. I'll have to buy it out directly. Solar is the best class, period. You would think it would somehow be biased towards being one of the ones you have to buy, like Beta-Carrotina or the Giganticus. Chomzilla is better than Solar Flare. Wait, you're saying both of those things, though. He's contradicting himself. Solar is the best, but then Chomzilla is better. That almost seems like something 2 different people would have said. You can kill the stupid space cadet. Both are solar. Oh, okay. I don't know how that works. Yeah, they're... Well, solar... I'm thinking Solar Flare. The carrot just looks like Citron to me. That's what it's actually called as far as the thing, too. Like smart or whatever the categorizations are. The carrot just looks like Citron. Okay, what do I want to do here? I guess the Space Cadet guy isn't that big of a deal. It feels like a waste not to do this epic combo. Solar class, not Solar Flare. Okay, I get it. +1 for the rest of the game. Yeah, are there any other ones that overlap that way? I guess there are, like Smarty. No, but Professor Brainstorm, he doesn't actually have smart in the name, but I can't really argue because I never unlocked Chomzilla ever. I mean, the only way to get it is either from, like, any of the heroes, is either from a pack or you have to buy it outright, right? Carrotina is just outclassed by Citron. This could be a guaranteed favorable trade. Reveal, do 1 damage, which is fine. Imagine that's the last hit before lethal that hits you in the face. Or you could have it in. Pack it in. Yeah, that would be no fun. Not only would I not hack it in or pay for it, I wouldn't even, most people do. I guess a lot of these people I'm playing must not be those most people, though, because somehow they are using relatively bad decks or whatever. That could always be my excuse. Everybody's just a hacker but me, but then why would they only be rank 15 anyway? Okay, we can do this again. Conjure a dancing card, he gets overshoot 2. When revealed, doesn't really matter. You can just do this and hope it stays alive. Because I do like that card a lot, but it really needs to have team up for it to be good. Right, especially when it costs 2. And of course, people showed that very elaborate math for, like, even though it says 6 or less, it's biased towards giving you a lower cost card because there's more lower cost cards in the game to choose from. It's like some sort of Einstein level math equation to try to figure out, is it actually good value or not? But I guess it's not. But watch, it's always been good to me. 3/3 is still worth it. Transform all plants into 3/3s. That could actually hurt you, though. You'll have, like, all your crazy legendaries and stuff out. So zombies here get +2. Not really much I can do about it. Or I should just play the thing over it, but I guess I won't worry about it yet. 3/3, 4/4 when played on heist or environment gets +2/+2. Let's actually just ignore all this stuff for now. Most people do, kind of meh. Destroy a random plant. Yeah, whatever the best deck is has probably been the best deck for a very long time because, you know, if they haven't updated it in so long, that's why the meta is even more stale than card games are normally, because it's just stale forever. I don't see why it would really change, right? Once people figure out what's best, they'll just keep doing it. They have no desire to play fun or interesting stuff, although they probably would. They get bored out of their minds. That's why I'm impressed that people still find the game interesting. Not to any fault of its own, just because after a while you've kind of done all there is to do, right? You can sort of do what I'm always talking about with spamming the environments, but now I just don't have enough stuff to put down. This could give me the extra value that I really need. The game is boring as hell. At least the meta must be boring as hell. Oh, come on. That's the kind of thing I need right now. Gonna take down the mighty solar flare at the height of her powers. I was misgendering Green Shadow as a male. Apparently it's a female. Even when not the meta, it's still boring, really? I mean, I guess once you played it for a certain amount of time, but it's actually a lot better than I thought it would be, too. Okay, I won't really be able to do anything here, but I guess I could just block. Or the team up might even save it. Green Shadow is trans confirmed. Or yeah, like speaking of chess, B-Day, the chess body banned people who are trans from playing in female events. So you knew that same thing that happens in sports is going to come to something like chess, but with chess I would disagree because there's no proven advantage that you have as a chess player because of that. It's completely, you know, it's not like you have some sort of physical advantage. Damn it. Look at his hand though, but it's mainly because of what he conjured. That's controversial as hell. That was in chess. How does gender give you an advantage in chess? But that is sort of how it's perceived because there are different titles for women. There's different competitions for women. It's always been treated like it is different. But yeah, I've always disagreed with that. The best evidence they have is just like sort of circumstantial that like, oh, well, technically no woman has ever been world champion or this or that, but that's still subjective. Like, that doesn't mean it couldn't be. I understand the sports, but I don't understand in chess. Yeah, I agree. Feminists would probably think that they're smarter than men. Yeah, that's true. So, okay, here we got the Wall Knights. Not really even that eager to play zombies. All I really wanted to play was Green Shadow the whole time, but he's not. Yeah, can we finally get a game where the water chestnut lives up to the fate that I put in it? Wall Knight. You would think he'd be one of my favorites. I like his style of play. Could make some really annoying slow-paced control type of deck. Meanwhile, Water Chestnut is gonna whack your face for 2, or that's even the worst case scenario. All imps are deadly. Like, is there some other way I can get rid of that? That maybe I can't even do it there yet because, you know, he would just kill it for free. So the one time the Water Chestnut could have been good, I get cucked by that guy, who I don't think I've necessarily seen before either. He has a very amusing appearance, animation. Now we can give this extra attack, but... Or you know what? That could be what we do. But it would have to do an extra attack to make it worth it. We could, like, move it there once it gets to 2 attack. Let's just assume this will be good enough to trade in. Yeah, you get a basically 2 mana, 2/8, which is pretty damn good value. In the water, no less. Isn't that better than that stupid bullseye thing? But I guess that only costs 1. And this requires way too much support, obviously. Okay, this will all be fine. I'll just ignore that guy in the water now. At my own peril. What does this guy do again? When a pirate hurts the plant hero, that gets +1/+1. I kind of don't want to do this, but... All pirates get strike through. Okay, clearly, this is how you know a sign of a good deck, too. It has actual synergy. It's not even about good value cards or legendaries and stuff like that, right? Even a clown like me has a couple legendaries, but they'll just be sort of very random. Make a walnut. I don't know. But I do love the team-up mechanic. You get team-up and amphibious in 1, but you're still so bad. In all the games that I've used him or had him, I don't think he's been good value for me like 1 time. At least he can survive here. I really just need some removal right now. What is this again? If you made always 6 on this turn, draw a card. That would be nice, but I'm starting to run out of stuff to do. This will still survive. Let's do like... Get the feeling like you're female and you're male biologically in a physical sport, how that would affect you emotionally, but wouldn't be fair competitively at all. Okay, this can trade in, or wait. Oh, I kind of messed up. +2/+2 if you play with team up. That might be a good excuse to do it. We could put 2 walnuts in the same row just to... Okay, 3/3, make a trapper. I feel like the roof doesn't have that many interactions that we really see with it that are too interesting, right? The water is very exciting, but the roof is almost boring and you kind of forget about it at times. But those would be the 2 that I would exploit the most. Like when I first started playing, that's immediately what I thought of. Okay, that's very important. We heal the walnuts. Just like only play on those 2 and ignore everything else. But that obviously isn't going to work. I even removed this from some of my decks because I don't even like it. But what can I even still do about this guy? I'm going to have to squash him. He is getting low on cards, so it might even be worth it to do that. 1/3. When hurt, make a random imp that costs 2 or less in a random lane. There's nothing that I... You know what? Maybe I'll still wait, but that's 2 damage is scaring me. 4 and 4. I don't have anything I can really do, or... You'd have to throw something into that that's going to be expendable. That maybe seems like a bad move. Move a planet gets +4, but you can't move it in the water because we don't have any amphibious stuff anyway. Okay, that'll trade. Everything's good. We're both kind of low on cards, but like I said, I'm always lower on health. Look, this guy's a mighty rank 20. Not that that should be that big of a deal, but... Trade in there. The walnuts are actually doing decent value, but I'm just running out of health. I'm gonna have to squash literally a 2-2 here. I don't know about emotionally in chess. Three, 5. There's the one that I played in the water like a clown, right? Moves to the right when it hurts them, but I can't afford to still do it. I would have to like move a plant there actually. I can't do that. This is gonna kill me. Or even that 1-1 is gonna end up killing me. Move a plant, it gets +4. I don't really know. And you could move a plant like maybe here as well. Just trying to avoid as much damage as possible. Wasn't able to play that. Like I can still do it, but it just seems awkward. What? Wait, what even? I didn't even see it. I don't even know what that was. Okay. It happens so fast sometimes you can't. This is like made for the Zoomer mobile gamer. Okay, so Infinity was doing pretty good last time I was playing an aggro. Or not really last time, it was like the time before last. Let's go ahead and lead with that then. 225 gems. But yeah, there's no backlog in a lot of these games, which I hate. Those are 2 things I would put in every card game, or 3. I would always put a draft mode. I would always put a backlog where it shows you like what's played in what order and stuff. And then the third thing is it would let you show you interesting deck names. Thanks. The physical sport specifically. I would put like does 3 if the zombie in every lane. I don't think that's going to be relevant actually. I would put it like where when the game is over, I would show you what else is in their hand and what else is in their deck, just so you know like whether you maybe misplayed something all the way or whatever. The chicken is probably a better play there, but I do like this guy. He's just not gonna let me do it. At least we forced him to play this guy on land instead of in the water, because that clearly makes the difference in the game. Like last game we lost just because of that one amphibious. Okay, team sports. Do 1 damage would be okay. You know what? This almost seems like a good idea, just to be able to combo these together. Yeah, there was some old school take I had from like probably 10 plus years ago where we were talking about sports, and I was even saying like, you know, oh, maybe there could be some consideration for even like just meritocracy where you would do that still, like just the best players play and it doesn't matter, right? Don't separate the leagues, and that would have been considered, oh, you know, that's not fair to women. But now it's turned into the opposite, like, oh, that would be a good thing. So it comes full circle anyway. That's hilarious how I would have gotten flamed for it. But now it's kind of for a different reason, I guess. Not for the honor of meritocracy, but because of something else. Deal 1 damage. Okay, that walnut is nice and cute, but yeah, at least there's some good reasoning for it. Yeah, we don't like that. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the bullseye thing, but look how we're already dominating the board. Do 2 damage, you kill my lovely chicken, which always hops around when you try to attack it anyway. There was that really good value card that the one guy had. I can't remember what it was. Where like anytime you would try to summon something there, it's basically just a better version of the chicken, I guess. It would. Let's see, this is kind of pointless, but otherwise you're just never going to be able to do it. You can't really play around the environment. In my opinion, there should just be a separate league. Yeah. Kind of like unisex that anybody can go in. I would make it like that. There would just be no restriction on anybody. If it's a team sport especially, that's the best solution. Okay, what is this thing again? Move a zombie gets +1. Now we're in the rare spot of actually being up on health, but Peanuts, team up. Doesn't really even feel worth doing on anything though. I guess this just to trade in. Move a zombie gets +1. It's not even going to help me at all to do that, though. Now I have to get some of my big guns, by which I mean my 5 and 6 cost, which maybe in the context of this game isn't even that bad, but maybe my complaints about not having high cost stuff are actually validated because, or invalidated because there aren't that many high cost things to begin with. But if you're on a team, you are likely to feel some emotional connection. This would be lovely to do, actually. Is a zombie, or no, it's not going to be an AoE though. This is kind of weird. 3/3 conjure nut, and it becomes 3. Okay, let's just do that. There's nothing even too valuable that this would be for. Like, I guess I could just do it, and that walnut in lane 2 is just going to carry him the whole game, though. I have lethal. Did I? You fucking idiot. I don't look for lethal, like I said, because I never expect to have it. What, just if I did that? I probably did. I'm not denying it. They have this stupid mechanic called the block meter, so therefore I never look for it. Deal 4. I still don't even get it though. If I do this here, like I should still do it, but you'll do 4. I should still be in good shape. Get saved by the very block meter I was just bashing. Do 2 damage to a zombie here. Deadly when destroyed, make 1/1 swabbies with amphibious. I mean, you should almost just go for this because he's not going to kill me, obviously. I wish I could go back and look at the backlog to see exactly how I missed it, too. Okay, dude. Now he comes out with the big guns. I'll still win somehow. Zombie gets +3. It's not going to matter, though, because... Or maybe it does, because at least you'll get through that guy. What else did I have that would have led to lethal? You could have moved the one thing and given it 1 attack. Or yeah, what a perfect way to do it. If I didn't get that, unironically, don't heal, don't heal. Literally controlling when he fucking knows it's an aggro deck like a dumbass. That is true, yeah, I have been discouraged from playing like aggro. But guess what? We get this very amusing interaction to deal 3 to a zombie here. We just had to troll you with this effect. And yeah, I had very few things left in there that would have actually won me the game, probably. Do we still not get to rank 15? Jesus Christ. Yeah, we almost threw what is a pretty good deck in Infinity. Okay. You see how it just desensitizes you? I would never miss lethal in other games, but this stupid block meter just makes me give up. I prefer a tempo deck. You need to host your own esports for this game and have it be like super hardcore and try hard of an experience. That would be pretty fun. If I was a big streamer, I'd do a $10,000 prize pool or some crazy thing. Before it shuts down. Okay, go here. Oh, here's everybody's even super favorite Chomzilla. Better than Solar Flare. Got a little amphibious thing. I've been sort of neglecting amphibious in a way. Or actually, this would probably still be worth it. That's the Floral Federation tournament in a nutshell. Is there one like that? I'm surprised there is one. All things considered. Even now, or there used to be. Prize even doing live commentary. Nice. That is fun. Go here, but I don't really want to. $500. That's not bad, though. We have 3 mana. Somebody in the 1/1 wouldn't do much here, and he is still going to keep growing, so I actually don't know. Let's actually do this, and then we can combo those two together, at least as a curve play next turn. It's a little bit scary. It's causing me to start to rope even once the turn is over. Yeah, I never truly miss lethal. I just delay it because I like to revel in my opponent's agony. When you're in full top deck mode, then you have my permission to lose. I've always found the idea of live commentary over PvZ heroes interesting. It is such a deep and nuanced game, it's clearly justified. Okay, dude, that was just pretty sick AoE. Make 2 clones, which is... You know what, the fact that they don't have team up might make it difficult to actually use that there, because I just want to use harder move on this. Prize the perfect person, his reactions are gold. Okay, this I still won't be able to do. I'm getting clowned by one of my own favorite cards. I don't know what to do. I could do this and then still finish it off like with a... I don't know, I'm kind of desperate. I could finish it off with a trick later. When destroyed, made 2 half bananas next door. Okay, this is just... Yeah, see, even this, I'm trying to play too control-ish, I guess. Like, playing for board control and stuff, I should just try to go phase, but... It doesn't feel too convincing that I'll be able to. These two together could be quite good, actually. Assuming that they end up in exactly the right lane that I want them to. 5-5. When destroyed, let's just do this one. I have even number of cards, but he's gonna have some crazy stuff still, I bet. This is good, and like I said, giving them deadly would have been better, so maybe I should have waited. You haven't dealt a single point of damage on like 2 turns. It's an aggro deck. Yeah, I'm not really an aggro player. I just can't do it. I was giving it a chance the first time, though. That is the right way to play, just in general, too. Even if you're not using an aggro deck, just because of how low curve a lot of these decks are. But, like, how am I supposed to... You know, like, I have to deal with this. I'm about to die myself. When played, he gets +1/+1. Or then if I did play like that, people would say, oh, you're stupid for not destroying those things. Obviously, you can't let those P-pods go ramp up. This is pretty good for... I mean, even that, you could... I'm almost so desperate for just clearing the board that I will do it. I should have saved that for a 4 damage phase combo at the end, though. That was at least a pretty good use of the deadly. And now I'm very close to dead nonetheless. Draw 2 cards. I just don't feel like it would have worked this game, to be honest. No matter how I would have played it. I have a better chance now if I just get a couple big things, but I just don't have any. It'd be very easy for him to just summon something here and just end me. When a plant here does damage, heal your hero that much. Move a zombie, conjure a banana. Deal 1 damage. I don't know what would even be... Or no, that should equalize because this will gain +1. You've definitely won if you played the deck correctly. Maybe in a lot of games that's true. I feel like this one, though, not really. He had such insane value at the beginning. From those P-pods, you can't just say that you should just ignore that. As somebody who loves the card myself, I wouldn't do that. I can still win too, but it's just 4-2. He hacked the game for cards, clearly. When he has +2/+2 when it destroys a plant. Deal 3, I'm obviously just dead. Doesn't aggro beat tempo. Let me guess +3. Favorable trade against the banana. Look how his hand is still burnt out, though. He's literally using everything on controlling specifically. Yeah, I was kind of playing it differently this time, though, at least. But I'll still win, so it'll validate everything. +2/+2 when it destroys the plant. When destroyed, I almost don't even want to destroy it. And see, I can't really play both of these very effectively. Alright, so I'll just not do the 1/1, and I'll just go all in with whatever I got. Control dies to aggro. Tempo dies to aggro. The super block saved you. I'm sure I won't win, though, still, but it's... Wait, couldn't he have just... Well, at least he came down to this epic top deck mode. Chompzilla, no less. I don't know. I just feel like I would have died a lot sooner. Like, aggro has to be at least competent. Aggro is literally getting a tempo, but instead, you were controlling basically the whole time. I think maybe the expectation there is, though, one caveat that... You know, that aggro is okay, but it has to be a little better maybe to stand up to some of the stuff he was using. He had like a decent value deck. Yeah, you kind of just have to ignore that and just go full face and hope it works, which it was. Doing pretty well before. 2, 3, 4, decent curve. Now this is more like an armor deck. This is more my style, where you do kind of play on the board and... This one kind of came together very naturally too, just like it's something I would have wanted to make anyway, even if I could craft, but just all this guy's cards are right up my alley with the armor or with the invincibility effect when you summon them. This guy and then the screen door guy is pretty good too. Getting a lot of rank 20s and stuff. Not that I don't know how much you can read into that, but it's at least better than what I'm doing. Blood is roping. Yeah, just give me a free win. Just disconnect. Phone ran out of battery. But that's not even what happens, right? It would just pass the turn. If you do it so many times, they'll just DC out, I guess. Play a pad so we can do that with the little mouse guy. Yeah, this will be the best quality win that we get, just when they're not even there. Yeah, I do have to commit more to that mindset. If you're going to play aggro, just go all the way with it. So I should just ignore whatever. Even, it just that one card triggered me, the Peapod. I felt like I had to deal with it. Okay, here we go. We get rank 15 off the back of that. Clearly hard-earned and well-deserved. As we've been pretty much doing every month, at least we get to 15, which is no big deal, really. If you get to 20, you'll get like a whole nother big boost of gems, though, I assume, right? Why did he just quit? I don't know. Like, where does it show that? View rewards. 150, rank 20. If I got to this, would you get the 200 gems instantly? I doubt I'll be able to anyway, but season 64. Oh, I guess it hasn't been that long then. If they stopped updating in 61. The lead is just on the Zookeeper and left. Okay, let's just keep going now. Playing with house money. So yeah, it might seem strange that I'm hoarding gems, but either I'd hoard them for the event card or like whatever. Not a particular one that I know is coming, but just any of them. Or I would hoard it for like being able to buy a hero outright, which I keep flirting with the idea of it, but I never actually see. Nobody wants me to do that. Like spend $750 to get a particular hero. Rank 30 diamond Chompzilla, try hard meta hacker probably. Okay, get rid of this, get rid of this. 2, 3, 4 curve, not bad. He's literally doubling me up in rank. It's like a rank 25 playing a rank 50. Come on. Like, he might have this one precious thing that I don't have, even in my best decks, which is synergies. Don't premium packs just give you... They have a small chance to, but I haven't had any luck with it so far. That's kind of what I was trying to do as a whole condition for this run. Like, my whole goal is just to collect every hero. But then even that would be hard to do, like with Beta-Carrotina and some of the other ones. So I guess I wouldn't count those. Move a plant. Environment is played, he gets +1/+1. I love all the constellation type plants. They just look so cool. Or even some of the zombies with that kind of galactic aura on them. Fry him up, the YouTuber. Still streams PvZ Heroes on Twitch. Probably been doing it since the beginning. Start of turn, you get +2 this turn. Okay. Nobody would have ever guessed how big of a franchise this game would have become, though. A simple tower defense, casual, clicker game for soccer moms to play in their car while picking up their kid. This is what it turned into. Start of turn, you get +2. This would be okay, I guess, although I prefer the amphibious more outright. This is actually a very good value card. Like a 4-mana 4/3 amphibious period is pretty good, all things considered. You're doing 3 mana for a 3/2 with frenzy on top of that, and the whole potential sport synergy. Yes, I'm a soccer mom. Well, not this. I mean, the original PvZ was kind of like, it was not meant to turn into the sensation that the franchise has become. They do it as like sort of a casual pet project, like, oh yeah, it's a cute little game with a good theme to it. Oh shit. Let me guess, -1/-1 if you made away 6 sun. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit tricky to deal with, but at least the frenzy will, or no, it won't. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. This will at least survive, so we can set up to at least be able to trade in there. Remember, the first time I played PvZ1, I remember how it felt. Amazing to discover what each plant and what zombie did. Yeah, it definitely has a great sense of that. In fact, the only bad thing about it was just how easy it was. So it's ironic. That's often my placeholder for why I like hard modes. It just takes an already great game and really pushes it to its limit. I said the same exact thing with Paper Mario. It's one of my favorite games ever, but it's just way too goddamn easy. The original, at least. I was kind of young, so that factors in. Yeah, when did I play it? I can't remember. It wasn't like right when it came out. Right, playing with 4 or less, that's definitely perfect for that. I remember I beat it in like 1 day, too. I just sat there for a couple hours and just... It didn't take that long, really, to beat. I don't know what even made me play it. It wasn't like the sort of thing that I would normally do, but... Okay, you could do that. You could heal. There's nothing really too great here. 2 or less, I guess I will. Unfortunately, his hand is making it look like he's just going to be way too good. Summon something that I can actually use. These bowling balls aren't. Rolling Stone. I just, like, who needs to know the names of stuff when I just come up with my own names for it? I was like around 10 or something. Yeah, this is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Lands here get double strike. Yeah, that's still fine. It'll take the double strike to actually kill it. Or would that actually kill it? It'll hit me for 2 and 4. So it won't even help me. Right? It'll hit me for 3, which turns into 2. Or no, it will. It will. But of course, he won't die either. You get to see that sexy animation twice, one of my favorites in the game. Okay, Coliseum could give me something good here. There's no reason really not to do it either. Heal for 4, 5, 6. Use a zombie or hero to heal for 4. This would actually be the perfect application of it. I was scared of the zombies ate your brains on screen when I first played it. Or yeah, that guy's scream is burned into my brain because of how many times I've died whenever you game over. So is a horror game to you? I mean, it does have some horror elements, but it's meant in more of a kind of a cute, I don't know, just sort of comical way. Yeah, that's another spin-off they could do for the series. Make it like a serious hardcore horror game. It is cute. I wasn't that old. We're in a reasonable spot, but my hand is so bad that I'm not going to be able to do anything. But he's so low. Now I'm going to miss lethal again. I swear, I stopped even looking for it a while ago just because heal your hero for 6, that's fine. Because of how annoying, I would always go for it and it would fail because of the block meter, so I was just like, screw it. You almost shouldn't do this, but let's just go for it. You got 6 cards in your hand. I don't know what you're saving them for. He's going to flood the board now. You got this guy, and we got the other guy left. What's his name? Super Brains. Super Brains represents what the zombies are actually like in the real game, where they can only hit you at close range. Like, you know, if you play them in Garden Warfare, you have to punch people with your fists and stuff. Whereas here, this game totally misrepresents how the zombies work, where they're always doing long-range stuff, like throwing the fish out of their hats and all this kind of stuff. If they could do that, you'd be screwed. That's the real horror. Like, you can hardly deal with the one guys on the wagon who shoot the little basketballs at you. There's one unit in the whole game that has range stuff and everybody loses their mind. Imagine a PvZ horror game, that would be weird. This healing is going to be a little bit annoying. Okay, dude, okay. Is it going to be an infinite loop combo or something? Wait, what? Why did it do it that many times? PvZ 5 Nights at Freddy. Wait, why did that happen on like an endless loop? Would that have just happened forever if my block meter didn't trigger? That might be like the first true infinite loop combo. That exists actually for fan games. At least he lost his block meter, so we might have a reasonable chance here. Yeah, that stupid loop thing might happen again. What is he doing with all the cards in his hand? What could they be? They nerfed it not to loop forever. When a planet hero is healed, deal that much damage. That is an awesome combo nonetheless, though. So double strike, and he still won't be able to kill it, though. So this guy has stood the test of time quite a bit. We could roll the bowling ball in this. Oh, wow. Look at the insane heals he came out with. That plan is really dumb. Expensive, however. I'm actually going to... Wait a second, dude. It's +2 in Frenzy, but, like, what am I... It won't even matter, because this won't... I mean, it will kill it if I do the bowling ball. Or, I don't know what's going on. It's not that meta, but it is good. I don't know what the meta is in this game, neither do I. And I almost don't even care, because, like, whatever... You know, even if I knew what the best deck was, I can't make it, because I have to wait till the collection... It's at least a fun interaction, though. I just don't think there's anything I can do. When a plant or your hero is healed, and it's going to guarantee that, so I think I'm just dead to that effect. Like, was this one really my fault? Like, I almost had him too, but that's so stupid. Or no, it still only does it once now. Wait, okay. We lose to the animation that I like. That was a pretty cool matchup, though. I have to give it to him. whatever. We get our rank 15. I'm satisfied. Even if the season resets, I think next week will be good. Not that you really get anything for being rank 15. Wall Knight is also OP. Heal mid rows has 1 counter. I'm always a fan in any card game of like going back, at least when I haven't played it before, going back and trying like all the older decks or, you know, stuff that might not be good anymore, but is just kind of cool and fun interactions that you could do before. So that's like a perfect example of one. Even if it's not that good, that was just very interesting. When this does damage, draw a card. Gravestone. I don't really like most of this here. 3/3. Give me something low cost. Yeah, the final showdown we'll play till I lose on this dude. So at least we finally got to play the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit in 3 weeks of having it in a proper ranked game. And it did actually play a pretty clutch part in helping me win that. Take out the other legendary guy. The Wall Knight is adorable. I love that disco ball thing. There's like a legendary that like, I forget. What does it do? Like whenever it takes damage, it does 2 damage to the enemy hero, or whenever one of your walnuts takes damage, it does damage to them. Draw 2 cards, sure, I guess. Move a zombie. I don't really need to move it, I guess, but he won't kill it right away. Whatever we conjure from this could be clearly very good value. The problem is I can't do it like in the opposite order, so I can't afford to waste it. When you hit his nuts, Walnut probably has the worst design. Damn it. That's like a waste of the effect, but I can't afford to risk losing that. For combat, do 2 damage to a zombie here. Pretty annoying to deal with. I may as well just move it. Just defense and heal. Literally just a walnut, but with a belt. Wow, how creative. Or no, he has all that cool stuff on his back that comes out sometimes. I don't have anything still that I can combo with it. We can bounce something, which I don't really want to do. That's just base value. Very hard for me to do anything in that lane, ever. Want to give him a hug? True, but he is so happy. You get those little cool animations that you have, like, name 1 walnut that isn't either. Funny how he plays with his helmet. Okay, I can't deal with environments. That's one of my hard counters. I just can't play on those lanes at all. We'll kill this walnut. Very hard to deal with this. I totally want to make a deck where I have like 4 of them and I just completely, even if they do have an answer. Okay, we could do 4 and 1 with that. When played on Heister environment, this gets +2. I mean, that would almost be worth it, but go like that, get a legendary that's clearly going to save me and win the game, which actually pretty good, but when played, this gets +1 for each health your hero has. That would actually withstand this stupid environment stuff. Actually refreshing to look at the small animations. Wannabe hero. It will be pretty good. And this 4/4 is basically just invincible, though. He's actually running dry on cards, so the value of that alone is going to save me. It maybe seems dumb to put it there. Actually, it is dumb. I'll just do this. It should be like a 6/14, which would be awesome. Surely he'll have some easy removal for it. I love the animation in this game. It kind of reminds me of Crime Sight, like where he would go into that at the end of every game and it would be like this close zoom up, but that one was like super slow. Solar Flare is one of my favorite ones. But yeah, I like where they look all scared and they chatter their teeth and stuff when they get low on health and stuff. 14 to match my 14. All plants and zombies use their health. Wait. Use their attack instead of health. Wait. Okay, that still trades in. That was maybe one of the perfect answers for that. Solar Flare is one of my favorite ones. Animations have a lot of love in them, unlike PvZ2 updates. Probably Walnut playing with helmet is my favorite one. Give us money, give us money. Let's do basically this 4-5 is never going to die. You just have to accept it. When revealed, bounce another zombie, which I don't even want to do. I almost don't have a choice but to do this one then. Okay, he's pretty low on cards too, but I'm in kind of a undesirable spot. PvZ new plants have lazy ass designs and animations. They're still adding new stuff after this long though. See, that game got way more support than this ever did. But whatever, it's obviously more popular, I guess. That's what I don't like when it becomes just sort of a product with respect to, I don't know what the new plants added are. I'm still sad about what they did to Gold Leaf in PvZ2. Move a zombie gets +1. I guess I don't really have to do that. Move a zombie does a bonus attack. Not really the time to do it though, still. We finally kill that, which means we should win the game. These environments are still going to cause me trouble. Draw a card for each zombie doesn't really help me at all. Amphibious anti-hero, I mean, I'd like to do it that way, but... the chicken, I can't even do. Or I'll do it here, but it won't even really do a whole lot. I just can't use half of the board here. Yeah, see, there's his little helmet. And they're saying he only has a belt. He should keep the helmet on more often, though. Oh my god. Pulling out his ace card. When played, fill your super block meter to full. Move a zombie gets +1. I mean, I could move it out of there and just let him beat on me there, because it's not going to do me much good. But I almost don't see the point. Hopcan's making me disappointed lately. It feels like the death of the franchise is getting closer. Makes me a little depressed, but they got PvZ3 coming out, so it must be fine. What do you mean zombie match is Master Piss? +1/+1 when you play a trick. I don't even want to really bounce something, but... it might actually help if I bounce the amphibious thing. PvZ3 got canceled, really? It's good meme potential. How could he get canceled? Must just be delayed. Here's another zombie to bounce. Like, it seems dumb. In fact, it is just dumb, but that would have died anyway. Deal 5 here. Move a zombie does a bonus attack. 4/5. This will at least trade in pretty favorably. It got sunsetted, really. Move a zombie gets +1. Going to die no matter what I do, so I don't know what to do about that amphibious one. I guess we'll get rid of the one that's going to be the hardest to deal with because of the stupid environment. I'm pretty close to dead no matter what. In fact, I just am dead. Zombies get deadly. Draw a card. Fuck off. You clearly can't add soul to a game anymore. I think the original dev was never even on after a while. They just kicked them off because they were sort of fought back against adding microtransactions in PvZ too. So they were kicked out. I can't remember who they were, but... something similar happened with like an EA Star Wars thing. Like, they were making like a single player story game, but they said, oh no, we needed it to be multiplayer instead. The original person, George fan, got laid off. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So we at least save the gems up. We get to rank 15, which is basically what I wanted to do anyway. We get like 5 ranks per episode. Project Beta being canceled. So let's see. This is like the first episode where I haven't opened the pack. At least with good reason. And I could always just open them all together if I want. Like, I just get tired of saving it. But the only thing I don't get is really that 100 gem quest. Like, you would think I should have gotten it. Right? Like, imagine doing it once a week and being cucked on even being able to do that quest. The one thing that's going to give you a decent amount. What is this thing? Cornucopia. When played, make a random plant in each other lane. Pretty awesome. When played, go sleep. Okay, good night. When played, increase your hero's maximum health by 10. Heal your hero for 10. Astro Vera. When played, destroy a zombie hero with 4 or less. Yeah, event cards. So you can craft these, right? So an ordinary person would be able to do that. 250, but obviously, in a way, it's a blessing in disguise because it would take me so long to do that. Astro Vera is so fun. I like this guy. When played, transform all zombies into 1/1s with no abilities. Gonna be a good silence. Like they loved fan art. 6 mana, 2/6. Attacks hero next door. Plant evolution. This gets +2. Play this on a plant to use this ability. Basically, what you're saying is it's like a worse version of the pea shooter because you could just buff that with less difficulty anyway. 4 mana, 3 health. Witch Hazel. End of turn. Destroy a random zombie and make a 1/1 mushroom and team up there. Cool Bean. When played here, freeze all gravestones. Interesting effect. Astro Vera is so trolly. It's a better version. But yeah, just make a deck that somehow forces the game to be a draw every time just to troll people. When this hurts the zombie, bounce that zombie. Lily Pad, Fusion. Plan played here gets Amphibious, conjure a leafy card. And I'm just a big fan of the conjuration, but with good reason because there's so much stuff that's basically that's not possible. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a draw yet, or like just mills them. It stalls them so hard that you're not even trying to win. You're just trying to get them to, or actually, is it? Yeah. See, this would be the kind of thing I would recycle just to. But, you know, your return is only 25%. I better not do it by accident. This is a perfect example of a good value card that just isn't that interesting, right? Like, they're always going to use removal. Zombies draw first. Got way too much of this anti-hero stuff. Yeah, what are the elements called again, or the types? Guardian, Kabloom, Mega Grow. I don't really like the way that one sounds. Marty. The plants would win if it's a draw. Solar. Beastly. Brainy. Crazy. Party. Which definitely, that's my favorite of these. Sneaky. Yeah, what would be my favorite here? I do like Guardian. Bloom, I'm not a huge fan of. Mega Grow, I obviously like a lot. Although he isn't Smarty, but most of these cards I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, I do love that. Like, what is there any other effect that says that? Like, tricks cost more. I'd make a whole deck just based around that, but there's only 2 cards in the game that have that effect, so I'm so lucky that I got that one.